take a journey back in time, not just centuries, but millennia. Deep within the ancient forests of Oregon, a silent, colossal empire has been growing, a being that witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. A creature that challenges our very definition of life. This isn't a dinosaur, nor is it some mythical beast from folklore. This is real. This is the humongous fungus. Imagine an organism so vast, it covers nearly 4 square miles of land. That's over 1,600 football fields, all connected, all one single living entity. Hidden beneath the soil of the Mala National Forest lies Armillaria ostoya, the largest known organism on planet Earth. Its story began thousands of years ago, from a single microscopic spore that landed in the fertile ground. While mammoths still roamed and humanity was just learning to build its first cities, this fungus began its slow, relentless expansion. Today, scientists estimate its age to be at least 2,400 years old. Think about that. This fungus was already a sprawling network when the Roman Empire was at its peak. Some studies, looking at its incredibly slow growth patterns, suggest it could be far older, perhaps even over 8,000 years old, making it a true prehistoric survivor. It has weathered ice ages, droughts, and fires, silently persisting while the world above changed, beyond recognition. But this ancient giant is not a gentle one. It is a silent killer, a master of stealthy conquest. The bulk of this organism is a vast, interconnected web of mycelial threads, a network that spreads through the soil like a living net. From this network, it sends out specialized structures, called rhizomorphs. These look like black, leathery shoestrings, and they are the instruments of its dominance. These rhizomorphs are relentless explorers. They push through the earth, seeking out the roots of unsuspecting trees. Once they make contact, they invade. They penetrate the bark, worming their way into the vital tissues of the tree. Their purpose is simple: to consume. The fungus secretes powerful enzymes that break down the wood, causing a devastating condition known as root rot. The tree, no matter how tall or strong, is slowly starved from the ground up. Its roots decay, its ability to draw water and nutrients is severed, and eventually, it dies. Over centuries, the humongous fungus has claimed entire stands of conifer and hardwood trees, turning vibrant, green woodlands into silent graveyards of dead and dying timber. It is a parasite on a monumental scale, feeding on the slow decay of the very forest it inhabits. It's a somber, yet fascinating, display of nature's power, a cycle of life and death orchestrated by an almost invisible force. So if this colossal creature is mostly underground, how do we even know it's there? For most of the year, it gives no clues to its presence. But in the autumn, when the air cools and the rains return, the giant reveals a small part of itself. It sends up its fruiting bodies, what we know as mushrooms. Clusters of honey-colored mushrooms, known as honey fungus or honey mushrooms, emerge from the base of infected trees or directly from the soil. These mushrooms are the reproductive structures of the fungus. They release billions of spores into the wind, each one a potential pioneer ready to start a new underground empire somewhere else. To an unsuspecting forager, they might look like a tasty find, and while some people do eat them when they're young and properly cooked, they can be bitter and are often a source of gastrointestinal distress. Few who gather them would ever suspect that these humble-looking mushrooms are merely the tip of an unimaginably vast and ancient iceberg. The true genius of Armillaria ostoi lies in its evolutionary strategy. It's not just a passive consumer, it's an active competitor. This fungus is a master of chemical warfare. It secretes toxins into the soil that inhibit the growth of rival fungi, creating an environment where only it can thrive. It essentially carves out its own territory, a no-go zone, for other species. This vast network also acts like a massive circulatory system. It can transport water and nutrients over incredible distances. If one part of the organism is in a dry patch of soil, it can draw resources from another area, miles away, where conditions are better. This ability to share resources across its entire body is key to its resilience and longevity. It doesn't rely on the conditions of any single location. It relies on the average condition of its entire 4 square-mile territory. This creature forces us to rethink what it means to be an individual. We think of an organism as a single, contained body, a tree, an animal, a person. But the humongous fungus is a distributed intelligence, a decentralized network that functions as a single, coordinated being without a brain or central nervous system. It's a slow, methodical, and incredibly successful form of life that has perfected the art of survival over millennia. Its genetic makeup is also remarkable. By being one continuous organism, it maintains a stable, unified genetic identity across its vast range. This is different from a forest of trees, where each tree is a distinct individual. The fungus is one clone, one identity, repeated over and over again for thousands of years. It's a living monument to the power of persistence. As we continue to study this incredible organism, we learn more about the complex, hidden world beneath our feet. We learn about the slow, silent battles being fought in the soil, the intricate relationships between fungi and trees, and the ancient processes that shape our ecosystems. The humongous fungus is more than just a scientific curiosity. It's a living link to a prehistoric past. It's a reminder that the greatest wonders of our planet are sometimes the ones we can't see, operating on a timescale we can barely comprehend. Next time you walk through a forest, take a moment to think about what lies beneath your boots. You could be walking over a silent, sprawling empire. A timeless survivor that has been shaping the world long before we arrived, and will likely continue long after we are gone. The story of the humongous fungus is a humbling tale of life's tenacity. A drama playing out in slow motion over thousands of years. A true giant of the ancient world. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of Earth's most incredible secrets. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories from the wild and mysterious corners of our planet. See you next time.